I'm sitting here with Avi Snyder. What country do you live in now?
Now I live in Budapest, Hungary.
And you've lived in so many cities. Are you running from the law?
I tell people that whenever the rent is due, I move to another country.
And you've lived in Germany,
I lived in Germany,
United
the
States,
United States, the UK, Russia, Ukraine.
Russia and Ukraine,
Yeah.
both.
Yeah,
And you've opened a lot of branches of Jews for Jesus.
yeah, it's been the joy of my life.
Yeah.
Next to my wife. of
Wife and
course.
3 kids.
Yes.
Yeah. And they're beautiful.
I think so, but I'm biased.
I'm biased then too. Avi, I'm going to have people on the Jews for Jesus Australia YouTube channel praying for you.
Great.
And they're going to say, okay, he's in Budapest. What do they need prayer for?
Well, we need prayer for a stronger team. We have a good team, an indigenous team, but there's always room for more. We especially want to be able to reach the younger people. We've seen a real great interest, a surprising interest among older Jewish people, Holocaust survivors.
Are there a lot in
Yeah, there
Hungary?
are. Yeah.
In Hungary, there are 100,000 Jews.
Yeah, and virtually all of them, 80% of them are in Budapest. And they're all either survivors or they're the direct descendants of survivors.
In Budapest, there is the Great Synagogue, and it was mammoth. I think I went there. It might seat 5,000 or so.
Yeah,
It was
that's what I-
massive.
yeah.
On that Saturday morning that I went to synagogue, there were 30 adults.
Yeah, on the high holidays it'll be packed out.
Okay.
But during the week, it's not especially busy. There's a lot of tourist activity. There are a lot of people who come. There are a lot of Jewish people who come from the West or who come from Israel, and they want to connect with a lot of the historically Jewish sites in Budapest. You know, you've got the birthplace of Herzl, which is right there at the Great Synagogue.
And who was Herzl?
Herzl was the founder of modern Zionism.
So he was born there.
He was born there. He was a Hungarian
How
Jewish
far? How far is Basel from there? Because that's where the first Zionist Congress was.
It was. It's depends on how you go. It'd be a long walk, but it's an easy flight.
So if the people are praying for you, they're praying for a stronger team, a loving team that works well together. They're praying for the 80,000, mostly survivors and certainly
No,
touched
they're not
by.
mostly survivors, but in one way or another they're connected with survivors. They're either they're the children or the grandchildren of survivors. If they're Hungarian born, they all went through the Holocaust.
And we're going to pray for people coming on tourists who come to touch and smell and see.
Right.
Ooh, it's Jewish and it's
Yeah.
Hungarian.
It's a great international field, not just an indigenous field, because you have so many on any given day. I'm sure you have several thousand, well, a few thousand Jewish tourists coming from Israel, coming from the UK, coming from the US, because of all the historical sites, the synagogue, the birthplace of Herzl, the ghetto, what's left of the ghetto from the war.
There's a lot of anti-Semitism brewing in Europe. Is it very noticeable
Yeah.
in Hungary?
It's worse in some other countries, but it's certainly discernible, and it's one of the reasons why there needs to be a very, very clear gospel proclamation from the lips of Jewish people, because the only thing that can change a heart is the message of the gospel. And
So to turn an anti-Semitic Gentile to the gospel, it won't be the Hungarian Orthodox Church. He's already dismissed that.
yeah,
But when a Jew tells that anti-Semite about Jesus and forgiveness of sin, wow, that's a powerful message.
yeah, it's a very powerful phenomenon. And you know, there are people who feel committed to being opposed to us, but they'll still talk to us. They have to talk to us. It's a great city, Budapest. It's a beautiful city, and there's a lot of very, very ripe and ripening fruit. Right now, I don't want to be anywhere else.
That's great.
Yeah.
Avi and I are in San Francisco. We've just finished a 2.5-day leadership meeting, and you know we've been around a while,
Yeah, a couple of
decades,
couple of blocks.
and we just went out on the streets and handed out tracts. 3 Jewish people gave me their name, address,
Praise the
email.
Lord.
It's just pretty
That's
remarkable. And in the midst of a city that people say they don't listen and handing out tracts doesn't work.
Yes, it does.
That's what they say. So you keep praying for Avi and his team, his wife Ruth, his 3 kids who are all in the U.S.
Yeah, they were all raised in different countries of Europe, Russia, Ukraine, Germany, the UK, and all one by one they all ended up back in the States.
And they're all global kids.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
So pray for them, and thanks so much. Shalom.